There, we have unhosted. Now I think here we are. At least I think that's what's going on. All right, so here we are for Not Tricks of the Trade. That's next week. No, that's Thursday. Good God, I don't know what day it is. I can't keep up. I don't think I've been able to keep up for many years, however. I do not know if the crew is here. How's it going, Epi? All right, it looks like at least Tim is with us. I was just talking to Tom Tullis of Fat Dragon Games. We were discussing various and sundries, and I realized it was 4 o'clock. How's it going, DM? Hey, Bifford. All right. Let me get ads everywhere in the world. All right. So you're out on the East Coast, I take it. Is the hurricane rolling up the flame that somewhere, what, in Virginia at this point? I know it's rolling in that direction, or has been rolling in that direction. Well, keep safe. Though I think has it been downgraded? I don't think it's a hurricane anymore. I can't remember. And then I think we got another one coming in on the Gulf or towards Florida or some such. Just getting lots of rain, are you? See, Arkansas is pretty. We're pretty fortunate. It's a tropical storm. I was thinking they had downgraded it. The Gulf Coast gets hit obviously all the time with a variety of hurricanes, and it slams Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, and Texas, and then this giant wall of water, if it survives, just blankets Arkansas and just a lot of water and very little wind. We occasionally. I think Rita got some wind up in here, but frequently we don't even get much. We get just a lot of rain, which is, good for Arkansas, I guess. How's it going, Commander Pete? But you got to keep your head down. You never know. I was sitting on my dad's porch years ago. He lives up in the Ozarks, and clear as nothing you could see as far as you could see, and we could see this wind coming in from the north and east, and it just treetops, and it hit the farm and picked up he was half constructing not a shed, but kind of a carport type thing, and it scooped that thing up, and as we were standing there, that straight line wind just carried it off and into the valley, so we were cleaning that up for days and days, but you gotta watch it. That wind will get you. Flooding will get you, and that wind will get you without you paying attention to it. It's a nice thing to bring into role-playing games, actually, to have when you have storms come in, to actually use wind as an encounter to batter your players and just, stir things up a little bit, blow their equipment everywhere. How's it going, Decimus? I like weather. I'm a huge fan of it. I lived in Hawaii for close to 3 years, 2.5 years, a little over 2.5 years, something like that. And the weather was really boring. It was really the same... temperature every day. It was the same wind every day. It rained every day for like a minute or 10 minutes or so in the afternoon, roughly around noon, 1 o'clock, 11. You get this nice little rain come in. It was just, it was boring. Not so boring here in Arkansas. You never ever know what you're going to get here in Arkansas. It's constantly changing. We get stuff off of the plains to the north, and then stuff off of the Gulf and Texas to the south. And it just hammers us left, right, and center. How's it going, Pendarbin? I'm not very good with these names. Retro Gamer. Tim, I'm going to make it to the desert one of these days where there's no weather, there's no nothing. I think what I really long for is clouds. Where I live now, Little Rock, if you go to one of those aerial views of Little Rock, the Bing maps or whatever, you'll see that it's just trees everywhere. And where I am, I'm surrounded by trees. All right, that's my signal for Dr. Pepper. I'm surrounded by trees. When I go up onto the Spring River or wherever, there's just so many trees in Arkansas. Trees, which is great. I love trees. I really like how hickories and white oaks look, but I don't ever get to see the clouds when I go to my folks' farm up outside of Harrison. There's a lot of clouds up there. I get to sit and watch the clouds go by, and I like the clouds. I don't mind boring weather. The 4 years I lived in Hawaii were amazing. So, Pond Dream, you were there too, huh? Yeah, I liked it. I have to say, I loved Hawaii, and I miss it, actually. I enjoyed living there. But the weather was very boring. It was the same. We got one hurricane that came, or typhoon? No, it's a hurricane. Wait, yes, it's a hurricane there, typhoon to the east. We had one hurricane come through. Beyond that, there wasn't much variance in the weather patterns. But I have to say, and this, Tim, is why I think I probably would enjoy the desert. The blue skies, the clouds, the beaches. It was just nice. It was just calm. Everything seems to be calm when you don't have a lot of weather. So maybe live in the desert, live in Hawaii, live somewhere where there's not much weather, and then go vacation where there's all kinds of weather. How's it going, Kagorora? Kirora. I said it right once. I'll never say it again. Quick question. What does the M designation on Davis's new module stand for? I don't have any idea. I think that what we're doing, we did S, which vaguely might mean Steve. That's the S series, and I've written those. The I series are in Zaya. A was because there's no real consistency that's happened over 20 years. There's no real consistency. A was because these are the first books we did. C, I think if I'm gonna really crack my head open, it's going to be Chenault, because I wrote the C series. But he had two designators he wanted for the M and L, and I can't remember why I chose L or chose M. I chose M for some reason. It's not even, doesn't make any terrain sense, because those adventures take place down in the plains of Akrathos. Do we have an N? The F series is Brian Young's. No, I don't think there was any particular reason for it to be M. It may have been. I'd have to go back and look at Davis and I's conversation about it. Never got bored. I had more sunshine guilt than anything else. It was always so nice. You felt like you should be outside doing something active. It felt wrong to just lie around and do nothing. Yeah, that's Hawaii. It's a beautiful state. It's crazy beautiful. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Here's our best guesses. A, Alfstrag. We'll go with that. C, Chenault, as in Stephen, or conversion. D, as in Davis. DA, not sure what it stands for, but Dark Journey is in this group. Those early ones were called D. See, I think that what we tried to do in the early days, A just got named. I don't know why we skipped B. I suspect C became... There was an early B module, but D probably was Davis, to be honest with you, because D1, D2, and D3 was... what is it? Death in the Trekland. No. Vakun, Shibog, and Felsenthal. DB is definitely Dirty Baubs. Definitely DB is Dirty Baubs. Don't know why we went with F, Faye. Let's go with that. That sounds good. CG, Goodman Games. Modules H, the Hell series. Did we designate the Hell series H? I honestly cannot remember that. HH would be Haunted Highlands, so that really should be DB, because all of that stuff, Dirty Baubs, is the Haunted Highlands. In Zaya, I in Zaya, obviously. MR, Resource, S, Standalone, U, Universal. I think I wrote all the S series, I think. But I think actually Standalone is what that designator was for. I waffled in the company's history. Early on, we wanted to do those designators because that's what TSR did in AD&D. And then later, they didn't seem to have any purpose, and so I dropped them. They just seemed to complicate things, so a lot of things didn't get designators, even though some already had. And then as the line grew, I began to realize, mainly because everybody running in the mailroom, whether it was Todd or Wilson or Pete or whoever's in there, I quickly realized that those designators are extraordinarily helpful to find titles that you may not know that, Shades of Mist is where it is. But if it's the C series, you know where the C series is. So we have gone full circle, and we have returned to attempting to get everything properly labeled. But of course we've already got things that are kind of wedged in, that we can't break from. But there's plenty of letters left. We got E. I don't know why we skipped B. I don't know. B1 is still my second favorite adventure of all time in TSR milieu. So. Yeah, the Verdant Rage thing got messed up in a huge way, and I can't even remember how that happened. I'm sure it was just, what did I see yesterday? I had I was uploading some modules, and I had I2. Had I2 as IS, and it looked like I5, and I wasn't paying any attention to that, so I just changed it to all 5, and I thought, whoa, wait a minute. After I changed the ad copy, the cover, and the book to I5, I thought, wait, that's not right. And I went back through and fixed that. So it's one of those things. I suspect the YouTube fell into that. That was a long time ago, and I wasn't even the one who caught it. I think... I'm pretty sure Aldo Giazzi caught that when he was running it through Second Printing or some such business. Thank you for the subscription, Blood Wild. Very much appreciated. Jim's World, thank you too. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you all. And today, of course, we're doing, it's Ask Me Anything, but today we're doing the, if we get up to 50 viewers, we are going to have a $50 giveaway in the stores. So head over to whatever social media that you're doing and spread the word if you can, and let's get these viewers up, get this viewer count up. Yeah, see, I think mine's a drag in there, Bifford. So let me do this real quick over on my Facebook. Facebook. I don't know why I said it like that, but there you go. Oh man, there's so much going on. Zoe Devos has been just dropping art left and right on us from for the Gods and Monsters book. Davis has finished the Bugbears. He's finished the Dwarves. He's finished the Gnolls. He's finished the Orcs. There's a couple others in there, Halflings maybe, and Kobolds. So things are just it's just crazy. It's great. It's absolutely great. Lots and lots of work being done, and I've got to get back on Memorial Tomb. I've kind of dropped the ball on that one as I wrap Gaxmore up and then get Codex Egyptium wrapped up. Okay, I don't know what that was, but that was unnecessary. I got some feedback going, but I fixed that. Let's see, 50 viewers, and we'll do a $50 giveaway. I should have done this before the stream began, but I completely forgot about the giveaway. I actually kind of forgot about this stream as well. Alright, that's posted and up. Let's see if we can get some more folks over here. And get this thing back up here. Blah, 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 blah. Just because my CNC game canceled due to player throwing her backhand. Well, that's not good. That's never good. Gotta say, Steve's sound is tons and tons better now. The new mic arrived and works okay, I take it. Actually, Bifford, two things happened. The new mic arrived. I plugged it in, and Chuck, when he was trying to do some, troubleshooting on it, discovered I had to order the wrong mic, so I returned that mic. We ordered the right one. They're out. Haven't got it, but he told me to take my original mic and put it right underneath me, so the sound would be right there. Because I did have it off desk on a small table, just because I don't like things on my desk. So this mic is doing better than it was. The new mic will be here, Lord knows when. I'm assuming it's made overseas and is part of the gigantic interruption of traffic to and fro. And here's Davis. Here's Davis hollering at me about the various sizes of medieval cities. And people are texting me. So maybe we can get some folks over here. See if I can get Davis to join us on the stream. His internet starts to break down at about 3 o'clock as people get home from work and everybody starts getting on the on the line and dragging it down. That is throwing back out. This is no good. This is absolutely no good. I see Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, MySpace, ICQ, all in platforms. That's right, Skagit. We got to get on TikTok. So I'm gonna show you guys something if I can get this. I don't even know how to get to it. So we did this. We're doing a series of promotional videos for Castles and Crusades and individual products. And my daughter explained to me that's kind of the rage these days, are these ironic videos that just kind of poke fun a little bit. And when I saw them, I thought, oh my Lord, that is absolutely what we need. So I don't know if I can get this up. It'll be up soon. No, that's the slides. Blah, 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 blah. Nah, damn it all to hell. I thought I had that thing right here. Yeah, okay. So you can take a moment. This will roll out tomorrow probably. It's pretty crazy. The sound is pretty loud. So check that thing out. That's it. Now we're not going to do all ironic videos, but we are going to do whatever. We are going to do regular promotional videos, but definitely give that a look if it opens. I'm not sure this is going to open for you, but hopefully it does. Hello, how's it going, Mr. Obadiah? Hope things are going well in Australia, the land down under. So one of these days I might get out there, but it's just such a long plane ride. Maybe take a boat. Maybe a boat would be easier. How's it doing? Okay, I can't say that name. Hey, Carl Hell, Sir Chronomanicon. Just lots of crazy names going on, but very good. So check the ironic video out. Oh, it looks like I missed a question here. All right, Epi, question. Will the PHB and M&T be offered for free for much longer? Just curious. I've been sharing it at random folks I meet at my flags, etc. We had done that originally as just to help people get through the pandemic with all of the lockdowns and whatnot, and everybody kind of stuck at home. We thought, well, why not give it away? And it's turned into such a huge kind of ambassador for Castles and Crusades. So many people have downloaded it. I mean, it's well over 10,000 downloads at this point, well past. I hadn't looked at it in months. And I suspect that's brought lots and lots of people to the game because we're seeing not only new orders, but new faces over on the Discord and here on Twitch and emails, constantly questions and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. So, so I suspicion that we're going to keep it going for a little while. Obviously, nobody really knows what's going to happen with the pandemic, what's going to happen with any of this stuff. So, all the governments seem to be a little confused and baffled, and all of the scientists seems to be confused and baffled, and nobody really knows exactly what to do. So we're going to assume that the various lockdowns, or whatever you want to call it, quarantines, whatever you want to call it, are going to stay in place. And so at least for the meantime, we're going to keep the Player's Handbook and the Monsters and Treasures for free. Of course, it's the third. I think it's the third printing of the Monsters and Treasures. What are we on? The fifth? Yeah, we're on the fifth printing of the Monsters and Treasures. So I believe, I want to say it's the third that we're offering for free. Regardless, you can snatch it. Anyone can snatch it, download it, start playing the game, and see what it's all about. Yeah, Pawn Dream. I think you're right. We've early on, way back when digital became a real thing. Our stuff started cropping up on sites all over the place, that they could buy and clean watermarks off and what have you. And we would send nice emails out, and almost invariably they would pull them down immediately because it's copyrighted material. But it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. But we never really saw a slowdown in sales or anything like that I could attribute to any kind of pirating or anything like that. I don't know. I kind of look at it, and I probably shouldn't say this publicly, but I kind of look at it like when we were all kids, and I bought a Tarzan book, and I read it, and I gave it to Mac, and Mac read it, and he gave it to Todd, and Todd read it. It's sort of the same thing, I guess. We were pirating books long before the digital world. It took us. Inzaya Rising. Very cool name. Is that Davis? I doubt that's Davis, but if it is, very cool. I know, that's got to be Davis. So there you go. The fifth is a lot better. Third is okay, I guess. Yeah. Fifth is a much better rendition of the Monsters and Treasures than the third. Absolutely packed. Thanks for the subscription, Red Dragon. Very much appreciated. We are climbing up towards our 50 viewers. I'm assuming that Tim is with us and keeping track of all of that. All right. Come on. I asked him just in case because I won't see everything. And mine doesn't seem to be updating as much as it normally does. I'm not sure what's going on. That was old elementary school records that were playing the theme song. I have no idea. We hired Mac Golden's daughter Ellis Again, pandemic, and she's locked at home and needs a job, and we need these product videos, and she's very good with video software, so that just kind of worked out well. And it was kind of interesting because I texted her and I said, hey, she texted me looking for a job, and I said, let me see what we got. And then I wrote her back after a while and said, hey, we need these videos made, some product videos, and I know you got all the product up there. What can you do? Because she does really good video work. I've seen stuff that she's done, and got to talking about it, and she had these ideas, and then my daughter happened to be sitting in the room, and I made some comment about Troll's image being kind of a little goofy, and in the early days, a lot goofy, and there was a lot of shenanigans going on in the early days, and I thought, well, whatever, and Rachel said, you should try to capture that, and there's these things that she showed me, these ironic videos. One of the baseball teams had a really cool, and the Red Sox maybe, that she showed me, and then she started joking about things to put in it. So I shot Ellis a text and said, hey, this is what I want to do on at least this one, and she went ape shit with it. So it was it was great. So that's yeah, Davis, you need to log in on the same. You need to just give me or Tim your password, and you'll be good. Tim is not on. He's talking to me, so he's watching, I think, Bifford. So there's something there. Home tapes, yeah, tapes from the 70s, 80s, home, yeah. Oh, yeah, nothing new under the sun. There is no doubt. Let's see, converted from a Twitch Prime sub to a tier 1. Thank you, Ep, for the conversion there. Very cool. I'm not sure what Davis is talking about, but Davis has joined us. He is in Zaya Rising there. He is sitting up on his mountaintop, and the internet seems to be working for him, so that's a very, very cool thing. Troller Games is 20 years old. Yes, indeed. We founded... Holy shit. Oh, man. Damn. Ultra Magnus, I think you... We have to be the worst company out there. So the company was founded in like April or May of 1999. That drew me for a moment. And we debuted at Gen Con of 2000. And I remember talking to Tim months ago saying, this Gen Con, this August will be our 20th anniversary. We should do something. And it's now August. I think Gen Con just passed. I think Gen Con just passed. So we missed our 20th anniversary. Wait a minute. Maybe Gen Con was in August. Good Lord, we're horrible. Maybe, let's see, Gen Con 2000. Can you get the dates for these things up on? August 15th. Looks like there was a Gen Con report. Come on, give us a date. Lord of mercy. I think we're in luck. I think Gen Con is in well, that's a mess. If anyone out there can look to see when Gen Con 2000 was, come on, give me a date. I'm in someone's site here. It just says Friday. That's fantastic. There's Saturday and Sunday. I don't know. So we're going to have to figure out. Let's see, Gen Con 2000 game for August 10th to the 13th. So our official release will be in 6 days. We have 6 days to actually put something together to celebrate our 20th anniversary. I have 4 years. Oh, Lord of mercy. I think, Pondrine, this is our 20th anniversary. Yeah, Swords and Sorcery is what we released. Davis is right. Oh, good heavens. And the one, good heavens. Yes, DM Samuel. So Sword and Sorcery appeared in the original Mortality of Green, Vakun Into the Unknown, and The Fantastic Adventure. If you have one of the originals, it had a detachable cover, and in the very back were 4 pages of Sword and Sorcery. Swords and Sorcery or Sword and Sorcery? One or the other. Back in the day when people got to go to cons in person. Yeah. No kidding. Man, I think they're trying to have GaryCon in person coming up next March, so we'll see. Hopefully. Look, at a certain point, they're going to realize that we got to get back to life with this, with this thing, with this COVID mess, one way or the other, and whether in a mask or out of a mask, we're going to have to get back to life. We can't perpetually stay at home, and there's no guarantee there's going to be a vaccine. There's no guarantee there's going to be any kind of, anything that whatever. And at the death rate, I know because more people are getting tested, the death rate has dropped overall. So as this kind of shakes out and more information is available, and let's face it, at the end of the day, it's just all new. We're trying to figure all this stuff out. Not the trolls. The trolls aren't figuring anything out. We can't even remember that we have a bloody 20th year anniversary. But those people, they are trying to figure this stuff out. So, all right. So we'll go for the silver anniversary. Is that the plan, Pond Dream? We just need to hold on for another 5 years and we'll be good. Yeah, there you go. We do. Grape X, we need a Troll Lord Games Con event, and I know that Chuck will be back on deck by tomorrow, and he and Tim have that somewhere in the works. We actually have so many things going on that I sent a memo out this morning saying that we all need to get together and create a sheet. We need to create a list, an action sheet, whatever Chuck called it, so that we can figure out where we are on certain things, get certain things wrapped up and done. There's just so many. Like today, I wanted to switch the character reference sheet to a free download last week, and all of us completely forgot about it. So I stopped what I was doing. I was working on KMR. Stopped, went and did that, got that done, so that it's just finished. I need to get people back to my game table. I'm just too resistant to online games. I need people at my table. Retro Gamer, I feel you, man. I'm right there with you. I'm running an online game most weeks. But it's just not the same as the table. It just isn't at the end of the day. And I like gathering around the table and doing the thing. That's the way to do it. So, but we gotta make do, I suppose. Maybe a Wonka style competition. There will be a golden ticket in a PHP. Hey, that's a good idea, Mr. Obadiah. We clearly, in 6 days, cannot put out a new edition of the Player's Handbook. That's just not in the cards. But we could do a golden ticket. That's a pretty cool idea. I kind of like it. I see. As it turns out, 20th anniversary would be very inconvenient. Can you imagine China PHB? Yeah, none of this. But greetings again. I want to point out that the email has this listed as a Tricks of the Trade Twitch, not an amen. See, these are the things that we got to get fixed. Yeah, Tim's just doing the golden ticket. But Murdaugh, every time it's not Murdaugh, it's Murd00. But every time I see your name, I think of Sergeant Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon, one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite characters. All right, I will talk to Tim about the email deal. So we're getting people over here looking for Tricks of the Trade, but we aren't quite there. We are. My apologies for that, Murdaugh, however that plays out. But we are doing if we get 50 viewers today, we're doing a $50 giveaway. So spread the word a little bit. Maybe you can get in on that. We'll raffle this sucker out. We're almost there. We're at 34 viewers, which is pretty cool. But we are here for an Ask Me Anything. If you have any questions about Troll Lord games, Castles and Crusades, Amazing Adventures, any of the stuff that we do around here, the industry in general, what's going on, shops, blah, 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 please post it here in the thread, and I'll tackle it as best I can. All right, so there you go. I'm having two conversations, which I don't normally like to do, but sometimes it's necessary. It is Matt Hurd with a 00 appended. There you go. So it's not Murtaugh, is what you're telling me. Is that what you're telling me? Lucid, very cool. Thank you for that. We shipped, I know we took a whole load of those things to the post office today, dropped them off, so that should be en route. And the nice thing about that sucker is it's got dice in it, so it can't go meaty. It has to go priority. You should have it in the next couple of days, which is very cool. Post office, I know post office gets a lot of flack, all over the place and all the time, but They have done us a very great service. We don't have any complaints with the PO. Great people up there, and they take gigantic loads of boxes every week without complaint, and they all seem to get where they're going. We've had very few lost over the years. Let's see, did I miss it? And then you get to go to the troll cave and Steve turns you into a blueberry. Yeah, there you go. Decimus Observant. So on the Kickstarter front, I'm kind of torn. The next project, the next crowdfunding project that we're going to do is an Indiegogo project. We're going to shift this over for a variety of reasons. We're still very, very happy with Kickstarter, but this is a smaller project. Bill Webb from Frog God Games, a good friend of mine, has been talking to me quite a bit about it, and he's not pushing that, but he does that. He does the Kickstarters and the Indiegogo, and for the smaller projects, Indiegogo seems to be a better fit for it. So it's going to be a box set of the adventures from the Rune Lord book. Those things were all discontinued when we gutted that book. We took out the rune mark and put it in the adventures backpack, and then we took the setting material and we put that in its own book, leaving this rump of adventures in there. It's like a 60-page adventure or something. So we're going to try to make a box set out of this. Not try, but we're going to make a box set out of this with maps and a map book and all kinds of stuff, much like the abstract boxes, and put that over on Indiegogo. As for Kickstarters, we are looking at, Davis, you got to finish in either Inzea, Pillage, or Cleaver the Pit before that happens. But we're looking at the Spell Compendium next. Luke Gygax has pitched an idea to me as well that he kind of wants to roll out. But I'm leaning towards the Spell Compendium in next quarter. Are we into the next quarter? Holy shit. And rolling that out in that way. It's something that CNC needs ferociously. And I've been hammering away on the rune mark spells, which I want to put in this compendium. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And then maybe either that or maybe the Planescapes. I haven't decided. Davis has been crazy working on the God stuff, which all kind of ties together. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, look very soon. I really was wanting to do a launch this week, but it's going to be next week definitely. Gaxamore took me a little bit longer to clean up than I anticipated, and now we've got to wrap up the last two little books for the Codex Egyptium Kickstarter. Speaking of which, we will begin shipping that Thursday. All of the lower pledge levels, we're going to try to get those out this week. And then those that have these extra books, and we got the last tinkering to do, should be rolling out next week. So the Codex Egyptium Kickstarter, we're going to close out, get that done this week and next, and move on. Let's see, the more crowdfunding platforms I have to monitor, the more stuff I'll miss. Yeah, we're gonna be very careful with it. I don't know. I'm going to use this Indiegogo for a variety of reasons. One, Bill Webb, but also to diversify revenue streams. If something were to happen to Kickstarter or our accounts on Kickstarter, then we don't have any way to replace that revenue stream, and Indiegogo is part of that. Part of my concern on that. I'm very, very aware. I've been doing this long enough that I know how fast companies can go out. I tell you right now, my biggest fear, as those of you who follow us frequently know, we keep Troll Lord very stocked with boxes and tape and packing material and printing material because we have our own print shop and glue, and I just ordered more parts for the binder. So I've got now there's like 4 or 5 pieces that break fairly consistently on the binder, and I've got 3 of each now, so that we've got a little bit of leeway, if supply chains should get decimated by a coming depression or a recession, or maybe nothing happens. Who knows? But we're stocked up. But my biggest fear is the boxes. I don't have one handy, but the boxes that we make for Aufstrag and some of the other projects like Harvesters and Davis's Crucible of the Dragon they're specialty boxes, and I only know of one supplier that makes them. So I kind of have this fearful thing that we're going to have the first 3 or maybe 5 Aufstrag series adventures done in this cool box sets, and then we're not going to have the rest in those box sets because a company goes out. So I'm just aware that companies go out all the time, and I don't want any one company to dominate our revenue stream, and that's and not that Kickstarter is, but it is a dominant part it is a large part in our revenue stream, and I want to break that up. Hence, we're shifting a little bit of focus to Indiegogo. I started CNC recently. How is Enzaya different than Air? So Prendiris, I don't know how to say your name, whatever. Enzaya is, in the mythological sense, the inner world of Erd. Enzaya is a much harder, grimmer, darker, low magic, low treasure world. Erd is a little bit more, it's more fantasy than Tolkien-esque. I mean, it's more treasure than Tolkien-esque, but it's a little bit higher fantasy. It's still kind of a grim world, but there's just more magic in Erd, more treasure in Erd. So if you go into Enzaya, it's like if you watch a movie in full color and then a movie in those shades of gray. So those are the two differences. Enzaya is a lot of fun. It is a hard world. I absolutely love playing in Enzaya. We've been building up its IP quite a bit. There's a primer out there and quite a few adventures. And once you kind of dive into it, you'll see there's an amazing internal consistency to it. Davis, when he was in the Army, actually learned to speak Czech. He was one of the last Cold Warriors who listened to the Czechs and the Soviets jibber-jabbering. And you can see this heavy linguistic influence, Czech language influence in his writings and his creation. And it makes it even feel a little, because there's a consistency to the language, it makes it feel even more real than the reality, the real of what he's written and describing. It's an absolutely great setting. Check the primer out. Tim, if you could slap up the link to the primer, people can get it and have a gander at it. It's very, very cool. It's the only reference to say in the Codex of Erd. Can't seem to find a book. All right, so I'm not hearing from Tim. Let me see if I can find this for you real quick. So if you go to the store, blah, blah, blah. I don't think we've set up an Enzaya setting yet, and we need to fix that. Yeah, we do. Here it is. So I'm gonna put a link over to the setting itself, and having just realized that the primer is not on this link, but I will fix that very soon. So we'll fix that right after this feed. Did that go through? So that link there will take you to the Enzaya stuff. But I'll get the primer. I think the primer is like a 48-page Dumaflachi. Okay, Tim's going to get the primer link up to it. I see. I use Indiegogo, but I prefer Kickstarter as a user. I don't know why, but it doesn't seem that I get so much feedback from Indiegogo projects. Well, Commander Pete, we're going to damn well not do that. We'll, assuming they've got the platform and give us the ability to do it, we're going to keep track of all of it. We'll keep contact with everybody, just like we do on Kickstarter. Similar to Pete, I find Kickstarter is a bit more user-friendly. It's wise to diversify revenue. Yeah, Decimus, I've only been to Indiegogo. I've backed like 3 projects, all Bill Webb's, and I was in it yesterday morning kind of poking around. So we'll see. And, Kickstarter's the big one on the block because they did so many things right. But we'll see how Indiegogo works for us. But we do got to diversify. I always worry about getting caught up. I don't want to get caught up in anybody else's issues. Far Wander, if Grim and Low Magic is right up your alley, then definitely check out Enzaya. Enzaya is stingy, grim, dark, arid. Got it. Yep, there you go. And if you ever get a chance to play with Davis, I strongly recommend you do. It's a lot of fun. A whole lot of dying. I've never made it past 3rd level in the world of Enzaya. Of course, then I play very aggressively, so that's probably why. But I would go with the best book to get started in the world of Enzaya on that link that I just sent over. Of course, there's bundles and stuff that you can do, but Tim's going to get the link for the primer up, and we're going to get it on that page. But the Death in the Treklant series is what you want to start with. It's low level, very simple. The first adventure is a very simple kind of tower adventures. The second one's a dungeon, and the third is a village adventure. And by the time you're done with it, you've got a great introduction to Enzaya. So definitely check out the Death in the Treklant. And remember, when you look at our store, we show everything in the print, but we offer a digital version, and we offer a combo of a print and a digital version. So check all of that goobly goop out. All right, so is that the primer? I think Tim just put the primer up. Very cool. Carl got it up as well. So definitely check the primer up. And we probably need to do some promotion with that, I think. Hey, Stephen, I just wanted to say thank you for the amazing package you guys gave for the Founders and Legends swag bag. Great packs, absolutely our pleasure. That Luke puts on a great show, period, and he puts on a great virtual show. I got to get over there and play somewhat. And I know everybody was jumping in and running games and doing the thing. So Very cool stuff. Thank you for that. All right, you're welcome. I see DM Samuel. What do we got? More primary links. All right, good deal. Any updates on streamed CNC games? Are you talking about 42? Are you talking about my games? I'm still trying to get that together. If you're talking about mine, if it's Roll20 and whatnot, Chuck would have to answer that, and he's been kind of caught up in family matters for the last couple of days, but he should be back on deck tomorrow. So hopefully we can get, that's part of the project list that I talked about earlier. We've got so many things that we're starting, and we're not finishing so many things that's got to stop. We got to kind of take a step back and get control of this growing monolith that is Stroller Games. It used to be so much easier. We just published books. That's all we had to do, but that's not the way it is anymore. So there you go. That's great to hear. Keeping Packers in the loop is real. Yeah, Decimus, that's one of the things absolutely. In fact, I owe quite a few updates I need to get out today. 12 more people. We are at 38. We need to get 50, so we just need a few more people. I'm going to text my game group, see if I can get some over here. Let's see. Streaming. Join us. 4 numbers. They're all going to go, what? Because they don't use any of this stuff. So, Death in the Trekland is one long fight. There is no doubt. Without communication, longtime fans will back regardless, but people who are less... No, you're right, Decimus. That communication is the most important thing on these Kickstarters. I try to tell other people that are running Kickstarters or who get angry because people who back them have strong opinions or whatever the case may be. You guys are essentially investing in a stock market. You're investing in a future product. And the least you deserve is updates, constant updates as to what's going on with your money, because you put your money into this thing. That's kind of how we look at it, and we try to do. We drop the ball occasionally, but we try to get updates out as much as possible. My ex-wife was Czech. She introduced me to real kolaches and pivo. Davis probably knows what that is, pivo. Hey, there he goes. In other news, I was messing around with word searches today, so I threw together a fan word search for CNC. Oh, very cool. Check that out. Well, I'll put that up on let me get that open. I'll put that up on my Facebook after the feed. Very cool. Excellent. All right, so we're dropping back down again. Hey, everyone, just a reminder that we appreciate you all hanging out and watching. I think that's a bot. I'm thinking that's a bot. Where's Bluffside Set aired? If so, whereabouts? So, I absolutely loved the Bluffside setting when it came out back in 2001 or 2002. It was such a cool concept. And if I remember correctly, now I don't have one in front of me, and it's been a while since I looked at it. When I put it in aired, I put it on the eastern portion. Nope. The western portion of the main continent. I believe that's where it is. It's far from the lands of Ursul. But it's kind of its own setting with its own history and its own, culture and whatnot that interact with the city itself and how the orcs and the goblins are. So I kind of had to remove it somewhat from Ursul. But that I believe it's over on the western corners of the lands. Obviously, with boats, you can traffic back and forth and magic and all of that stuff. Any official CNC games that may be broadcast on this Twitch. Nothing yet, 42, but that is definitely on the docket, and it's going to almost have to be me. I know Chuck was doing one for a while, but I don't know that he's still doing it. But we've just absolutely, we're not getting there yet, Carl. I don't know if our Wind Wander, that's what Tim came up with. So 150, he asks. So hopefully in the near future, if anyone's interested in running some streams on our channel, please give us a shout. It's something that we definitely need to be doing. We definitely need to have Castles and Crusades here. Of all places, it needs to be here. The Umbersager is in air. Definitely, that takes you to the world, to the giant towers of Alstrad, which is hell on earth. All right, so Tim has got the Inzaya category updated with the primer, so that is good. Bots have... Yes, they do. There you go. My apologies to the bot. Let's see. Far Wander. On a completely unrelated note, I just received my Castle Keeper's Guide to Monsters and Treasure books in the mail. Wow, they're beautiful, nice work, Charles. Thank you, sir. I'm very proud of all of those, all of the books, really, but those giant full-color things, they just are beautiful. Yeah, see, my people are crazy. Crazy. Trying to get some bodies over here to get us to 50, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's going to make it, but there we go. Let's see, 40 down, 10 to go. Once I'm back behind the CK screen, I'll be glad to stream here. Yeah, that'd be great, Epi. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And I've just got to get, it's not even so much a comfort factor. The more I do it, the easier it's going to be. So I just need to get in here and start streaming some games. I've had it in my mind lately because I'm so busy with so many of the projects. And right now, Gaxmore and Egypt are consuming, all of it. That I'm a little trepidatious, is that the word, about scheduling a game because I'm going to have to cancel it. I don't want to do that. So it's in my mind to just hop on here one day, start streaming, and let people show up. Whoever can play, can play. All right, we're up to 40, so we're getting there. My lot won't want to stream. Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a whole lot of people just don't want to do it. We'll have to go. We'll mute and hang on. Nonetheless, take care all. Thanks, Skaggs. Thanks for joining us. I hate my voice. There you go. If I were you, skip the VTT and just use video. That's what I'm going to do. That's Epi. That's a great point, and that's what I've been doing on my Wednesday night games. I'm just not. I don't want to do all of the little mapping software and moving the miniatures around. I want to just talk and not have to stop and kind of fiddle with stuff. One of the problems with the way I game, the way I run games and streaming, or online stuff, is there's no, I can't feed off of any energy whatsoever. It's just me talking to cameras and everybody listening. Whereas at the table, you can there's, emotional responses, there's things, everything's going on. It's not muted. I don't know, it's just nuts. And I'm sure it's just all me. That's what I do. No maps or tokens or any of that, just faces and then images I need it. And that's it, DM. When I do start streaming, the only requirements I'm going to have for those joining my game are going to be you have to have a camera, you have to be on Discord, and voice. That's it. The rest of it I don't care about because it's just too much. I don't use miniatures very often. I don't use prompts very often. Occasionally I do. And when I do, it's Fat Dragon Games. Yeah, it's just kind of how I play. I like a lot of gesticulating or whatever. I think most people are weirded out by hearing their own voice. It literally sounds different to yourself because of sound waves passing through the head. I don't doubt that at all. I do not doubt that at all. And you can see people, when they hear themselves recorded, they're always like, what the? All right, so we are at 40. If we can get 50 in the next 10 or 12 minutes, we're going to do a $50 giveaway. So let's see if we can just get out there on your social media, spread the word a little bit. Let me bump mine on Facebook. What the devil? Let's see. We are almost at 50. Join us, or join us, as the case may be. There you go. Let me ask Tim. This numbers fluctuate all the time. There you go. So I feel like I've been talking like a mad hatter over here. I need to slow the whole thing down. But I must always use theater of the mind, even at a tabletop. Maybe a map noting locations for reference, or a rough tactical map. But that would be about it. Yeah, that's how I am. I said we've been up to 42, so that's good. Yeah, I'm with you, Decimus. I'm just not into it. Yeah, I'll need to take care of my background. Was playing in a Gen Con game. I didn't pay attention to details. I only realized that last minute it was streamed on Twitch. Far too many bodies piled up in the background. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of got to watch what you got piled behind you. I had a firearm back there last week, and I thought that might upset some people, so I had to remove the firearm, but there you go. Always a plug for Tom. We love Fat Dragon Games. In fact, Davis in Zaya Rising here has sent me a good 6 adventures that we're going to try to start getting out very soon. And we've got 1 out or 2 out. I can't remember. Got another 6 or 7 that need to go. And we're taking Tom's 3D printable material, his kobolds and his owlbears. The one I got in the queue right now is owlbears. And we're making little short 1-page adventures on them. We absolutely love Fat Dragon Games. Tom and I have been friends forever and a day, and his stuff is just freaking awesome. I use minis a lot. I read that as mines. I don't know. I use mimes a lot at the table. That would be cool. Man, maybe we need to do a streaming game with a mime behind the CK, so the mime is doing whatever mimes do. I say, never did as a kid. When we first started playing CNC, I started using minis. Yeah, I use them off and on. I'm always torn on the minis. Love minis, but, I am feeling lucky today. I just noticed chainsaw cuts on my pants. That was close. Yeah, it's not good, Davis. An allowance for the tropical storm on the East Coast. Clearly 10 plus people are unable to connect due to internet connection issues. But they got the best internet out there. Actually, I hear Romania has fantastic internet. I don't know where I heard that, but it warrants looking into. Maybe we can all go to Romania. 42, and I used a lot of maps in our campaign. I like Theater of the Mind, but maps and minis can help a lot of people. That's the other problem for our Wanda. I've got a couple of people at the table who just can't quite envision what I'm describing, and there's a litany of questions. Like Mac and Todd, of course, they pick up everything I say, or at least can kind of conjure something near to it. So the maps can come in handy, and I know Chuck's kind of struggling with that and in my table. So I don't know, I just can't. It's just too much. When I have to stop and muck with something, it messes up my flow. 2 out so far on drive-through. I don't know what even that means, Tim, but I'll go with it. Speaking of VTD, do I remember correctly? You guys are updating the material on Fantasy Grounds. Any thoughts on Roll20? Roll20 is right behind it. We're working hard on Fantasy Grounds. I know that. I believe Bifford's part of that crew, but the Roll20 stuff we're a little bit further behind on. Just a little bit harder to make connections over there and get it rolling, but I know that's in the docket. And that's one of the things you may have missed earlier, but it definitely warrants repeating that we are attempting to get all of the mini projects that we've started in the last 6 months and not finished kind of listed, so I can pinpoint the important ones and get the important ones done. And Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds, World Anvil are definitely on the list. The World Anvil is largely done; it just needs promoted. But there's so much stuff going on. Iceland has incredible internet, fastest I've ever seen. Yeah, I don't know where I heard that about Romania. Something about Romania has like faster download and upload speed than anywhere in the U.S. It just cracked me up. Did you just suggest Theater of the Mime? I did, Blood Wild. I did. We really need to do that. I don't know how to mime. All I know is they do something with a box. So that's as far as I can get you. We can mime our way through it. Theater of the Mime. How's it going, O.J. Flynn? Welcome to our Ask Me Anything. We are doing a madcap rush to get to 50 viewers, and if we do, we are going to do a $50 giveaway. 454. What does that mean? I think he meant to say 54. We may have just made it. 50. All right, there it is. We have hit 50 viewers. I don't know what I did. I shut my stream down. There we go. Boy, I about turned this thing off. I better quit messing with it. Are we counting schizophrenics? There you go. There's probably a couple of those in the troll dens themselves. Well, good deal, because mine's only showing 41. I'm glad we made it to 50. So here in a minute, Tim's going to do the raffle. I don't know how to do that. That is Chuck and Tim's. He's doing it now, so he'll put up some instructions on how to enter the raffle, and then we'll roll that thing out. When the background environment is busy and kids are present having maps, and minis allows me as a parent to step in and step out without losing game flow. Well, that is true, 42. That when you got to jump out, you can have them study whatever's going on and do whatever. And that's one of the things I think that I don't like about the video gaming, whatever this is, the online gaming, is because it's easier for people to step away from the computer than it is the table. So there's this almost constant ebb and flow of humanity from your table. And it's a little distracting. But you got to do what you got to do, right? We don't have much choice in these things. Not at the moment, anyways. Not until we all rebel against the pandemic, which is, the pandemic isn't going to care. It's just a virus. So it could give a crap what you think. In fact, I don't even think it gives anything. I don't even think it thinks. I think it's just this really cool little one-celled organism. I don't know. I don't know anything about viruses. I like doing that to my wife. My wife's a physician. So I like to say things like, your viruses or your bacteria. It borderline infuriates her. So it's always fun to do. I bet Tim is rolling dice and counting down to the list. Mac Muddles in the house. Mac Muddles has joined us. Everybody, that is Mac Muddles. Mac Golden, to those who have a player's handbook, he is the co-author and designer of Castles and Crusades. Mac, so we're doing this giveaway where if we get 50 viewers, which I think we hit a few minutes ago, we're going to give $50 away. $50, not dollars, but $50 worth of stuff away in the store. You know what I mean? Whatever I'm trying to say. But I believe that we hit that. And Mac, you're part of that, driving our numbers up. Yes, we are at 51 as I see it now. Very good. I think a lot of theater of the mind, success or failure is on the DM's ability to describe things in enough detail to allow his players to see what's going on and the player's willingness to focus on the game. Distracted players will never be able to follow. No, they won't. And that's one of the things I worry about. Not worry, that's the wrong word. That's one of the things I think that is an issue with online gaming. The distractions are greater. Everybody's at home. If you get a little bit bored, you can step away. Whatever it is. So there's just, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's a little bit more disruptive. Man, I cannot keep up with comments today. When you ran at CoboldCon, I had no problem at all following you, but my local DM has a really hard time. Yeah, I got into the zone on that one. I felt really good, but also you guys were all playing. Everybody was concentrating and getting into it, and that always helps. When people are drifting in and out or you can't see who you're talking to, it's a little bit more difficult. You guys were really into it, so that was very cool. Yeah, Kadora, she loves it. She loves when I say, you're pretend viruses. It's all fun. It's all fun and games until she whacks me with a bat, which will happen at some point. Or she just throws me out. Just get out, Steve. As long as people mute when they step away or when they are talking to someone not in the game. That helps Grand Central, but we also run into when people mute, they unmute. No, Mac, you are not eligible. I just gave you a free coupon. I think you're going to have to enter in. Okay, so we're doing something. Right, Tim? Wait, okay, I guess someone won? Okay, Tim. Apparently, Mr. Obadiah, you won. All right, so Tim took care of it. There you go. Okay, Mr. Obadiah won. I thought there was some other procedure that we did. I was wrong on that. Let's see. Is trying to write all the names down at once. If they're jumping all over the place in the order I want to hold against you, if my name has to be written down there too. There you go. Spread it out. It's like putting your name in the cookie jar. I think it's inherently about detail, but really concisely and clearly. Sometimes too much detail can wreck it. Yeah, it definitely can. But you still, no matter what, you've got to do with theater of the mind, whatever you want to call it, you've got to have their attention no matter what you're doing. A lot of detail, a little detail. Everybody's attention's got to be on what's going on. Everybody's kind of got to get into it. And I think that some kind of controls have to be put on to help the online gaming so that their distractions are less. And whatever. It's just easier to walk away when you're at your own house. That's all there is to it. So congratulations to Mr. Obadiah. And real quick, if you haven't already, please give us a follow. We sure appreciate any and all support that you can give us here. We're slowly building this channel. We do an Ask Me Anything every Tuesday at 4 to 5 Central Standard Time, and GM's Tricks of the Trade on Thursdays 4 to 5. And then we've got miniature painting and some games. We're slowly building this channel. And the more support we get from you guys, the easier it is to do that, and the better off the whole mess will be. So please give us a follow if you can, and spread the word and all of that business. I will definitely be back next Tuesday, and I'll be back Thursday again for the GM's Tricks of the Trade. If you haven't subscribed to that, hop onto our newsletter and subscribe to that. We put that out every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning, and then we do a Twitch discussion of just GMing tricks, whatever we do. Let's see, so Tim's giving us the reasoning for the 50. So the reasoning for the 50 was to start trying to build up our audience. We would love to make a partner at some point, but you have to have an average of 75 viewers, so things like this help. Yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about the partnership. You do have to have 75 viewers and 20 hours a week. I don't know, some amount of time on whatever. And partnership just over at Twitch just comes with a little bit more help from Twitch to help build your channel as you build it. It's just this whole snowball thing going on. Choice of taker. Man, I could go for some KFC tonight. I already pulled 2 steaks, or I would head across town and get some KFC. Bifford, you've done this to me again. You mentioned this about a month ago and got me all fired up about KFC. I love Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you take it, the original recipe, put it in the refrigerator, leave it in the refrigerator for about 6 to 12 hours, then it's just cold and delicious. I don't know why. Makes mac and cheese. It's just great. I'm really a simple man with my diet. I like beef and a little bit of chicken, fried chicken mostly. So, a Red Dragon Wayne and Uni offered to do a contest to see who is the best on Twitch. That would be good programming. There you go. I mean, we just need to get KFC has the best coleslaw. Yeah, they do. Not KFC. No Popeyes, McDonald's. You and your Popeyes. That's all I could eat in the Army. That's all it was close to me, and I just do not like. I do not like Popeyes. I have not eaten Popeyes since 1992. Maybe I should go give it another shot. Maybe it has improved and my taste buds have changed. And make a Foundry VTT character sheet and I'll get on online gaming going. That'd be cool. 42, I'll mention it to Chuck. Anything that we can do to get this whole thing, the channel even moving further, would be a great deal. 6 to 12 days. Yeah, I have no idea. I had a horrible game of Yellow King at Founders and Legends 3 a few weeks ago where there was a couple sharing a computer and were talking nonstop, and 75% of the time it was not game related. People just dropped out of the game, and at the halfway mark when we went on break, I just didn't come back. I felt bad for the GM, but it was utter chaos. Yeah, that's the problem, and I think some kind of controls need to be put in. I don't know what those would be, and I'm not a real big fan of making people do this, that, or the other at the table, but yeah, that's crazy. That just wreck a game. 6 plays at Sunday. There's no way you can run a game like that. There's no way you can play in a game like that. I mean, if 2 people just sitting at your table talking about KFC, you'd shut it down. Will there be any CNC gameplay streams? I would think that would help viewership numbers. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. Jilt with kicker. That's what we've been talking about, and we're always looking for people to do it. I need to kind of perfect what I'm doing and my ability to run games online and get over here and do that. So definitely we need to look into the future. Look into the future. I don't know that you can look into the future, but in the future, look to see for more games. But if you can look into the future, let us know how it goes for us. Give us a shout back. Let us know if it actually works out. See, to be honest, I got onto Twitch streams to watch these. They're good fun. I actually enjoy this the most because it's just interacting with everybody, and I don't have to prepare. I can log on at 4 and we just BS for the next hour, which is fun. Though we didn't talk about heavy metal this time. I don't know what that's about. I see gameplay streams are a good idea. Show instead of tell. It is, Decimus. That's just the way to do it. We just have it. After we were talking about Popeyes a couple weeks ago, I looked up where the nearest one was to me. It's about a half-hour drive. That's not too bad. I'm about 20 minutes from Kentucky Fried Chicken. But I'm in town, just traffic and all. It's just going to take forever to get there. I just straight muted them until it was their turn. There you go. Use the mute button. A game I was in, someone fell asleep there, and then we had to mute them to cut. That's wrong, Decimus, but that's pretty funny. I mean, if you're going to sleep through the game, you might as well leave your mark, right? Leave a memory with the whole thing. Step into my TARDIS, exactly. Yeah. I had a guy rage quit for the first time too because he was getting horrible rolls and I was getting great rolls. He just up and left. Why would you do that? It's just, I mean, I don't know. Missing is as cool sometimes as hitting in these role-playing games. It's not, but it sometimes is. I mean, it's pretty far. I mean, I'm all for accommodating everyone, but if you can't commit to the game, just don't. Yeah, that was the thing. If you can't stay away, just leave. Just excuse yourself and leave. Just head out. That's funny. No experience points for Rip Van Brinkle. Yeah, they can, Commander Pete. They can be a lot of fun. Bad rolls can really just turn the whole thing into not even funny, just cool because it's challenging or whatever. Something's changed at the table and you're good for it. I think we have once again gone over time, and we do this every Ask Me Anything. I'm going to say again, thank you everybody for showing up. Thanks everybody for the follows. We very much appreciate it. Spread the word about the Troll Lord Twitch channel. Help us grow this thing. And I will be back Thursday, Central Standard Time, 4 o'clock. And again next Tuesday. So join us. We just sit here and BS about all kinds of stuff. Really, even in GM's Tricks of the Trade, we BS mostly about stuff. But it's a great time for you guys to throw me your ideas and us. And I usually read everything that I see. So it's just a great way to get ideas kind of tossed out. So everybody, thank you for showing up. And thank you and congratulations again, Mr. Obadiah. Thank you everybody for getting us over that 50 mark. Much appreciated. And we will be back Thursday. Thank you, Athelstan. Athelstan from Vikings. I'm telling you, go watch the show Vikings and The Last Kingdom. Fantastic shows. And get some KFC. Bifford, I'm beginning to think you actually get paid by KFC to promote KFC because every time you come on, I want KFC. So there you go. All right, everybody, I'm out. You all have a great rest of your week, and we will see you hopefully Thursday. And if not, aka the Colonel, exactly. If not, if you don't join us Thursday, please join us next Tuesday. Join me next Tuesday for Asking Me Anything. KFC bot, there you go. Yeah, he's just chaotic neutral. But there you go. Yes, The Last Kingdom. Yes, Vikings, great show. Go check them out. Lots and lots of shows. Like they're both in 4th or 5th or 7th season. I don't know, something definitely worth watching. Epi is Troll Nerd Chat this Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Epi does a Troll Nerd Chat over on the Discord. Please join us for that. I try to get in there. I'm usually on the road on weekends and I've only made one, but definitely if you can, come over and hang out. It's great fun. All right, everybody, you all have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you Thursday and hopefully next Tuesday. Take care and be safe.